Hello? Anybody home? It's a very unfortunate situation. Looks like this is actually the second home in this park to have caught on fire, but luckily this one was not an arson job like the last. I think this was just an unfortunate accident. I usually do a quick walkthrough, make sure there's nothing super hazardous or anything I'm not aware of before we cut the utilities. We'll cut the utilities, and from there, we'll start tearing it down. All right, we are gonna position ourselves as close as we can to this thing so that we can start tearing into it. I know this smells bad. At this point in the project, the best thing I can do is sort through all the material, put all the metal to the side, and stay as close as I can to this military colored dumpster. That way we reduce the mess by just going straight into the dumpster, but it is going to get harder and harder to do as this frame becomes exposed. Get nice and high up, bend it back and forth. That metal's going to get nice and hot. There it is. Now we can actually start consolidating all of our junk all into one spot. Now that we cut away that frame, it makes it much easier to push all the trash that was falling beneath the frame into a pile and scooping that straight into the dumpster and moving on to the other half of the trailer. Alright, we're gonna flip this frame. That way all of our stuff is on the ground. This trailer might be old enough that we can just kind of break the axle off. Yep. Put these way out of our way.
All right, guys, Clayton got me loaded with all the scrap metal from the trailer. We're gonna head down the road, get this bad boy emptied. All right, let's get this bad boy dumped. Boom, there she goes.
From here, what I want to do is actually test this little piece of scrap that I put together. Oh yeah, that's awesome. Look at that. The nice thing about it too is if I wanted to, I can then pick it up from this angle and I can almost just scrape with it. So if I wanted to get down a little bit, I mean, I picked the perfect size piece of steel. That is fabulous. I'm happy with it. I can't believe I'm saying this because I was really, really scared that thing was gonna be a huge waste of my time. Man, now I'm using it for everything. I'm just gonna make some piles over here. I mean, there's hardly anything in this runner other than the pile I made. I'd say this is a win. I think this was well worth my time.